Well, hey YouTube, sorry for this really unprofessional shirt off video. I got the air conditioner on. I forget where I put the remote for that. So yeah, Alice brand headless guitar strings review. Double thumbs down. They don't fit. They're 6.2 millimeters short of the standard Steinberger scale length, which I have to admit at this point, I don't even know what that is. The guitar is so new. I ordered 2 sets of these. They were $5.99. There's another video I had done where there was a locking nut that I purchased 2 of. One from a regular Chinese seller, and the other was from Top. The same package, same unit. And this was so you could run any type of single ball string, like Diodario 10s, what I always use, in the Steinberger, which has a double ball end. There's a ball on each end of the string, and they just pop right in. It's really a genius system, but the strings are a little more expensive. Some people want to beat that system and use the string they're already used to, so they convert the guitar by buying this piece, which was recommended on several YouTube videos. It's a $6 thing. It just drops right in. Well, it dropped right in, but when I got the first one, it was bent, it was hammered and cracked. It's cheap. It's made out of the cheapest pot metal. The guy on the one YouTube video said, "This is really well made. I can see it lasting 100 string changes." Well, maybe you and your plastic play school tools that you use could change 100 sets of strings. But the weakest pot metal I ever saw, it dropped. Literally, this happened in shipping. It dropped in its own weight. This tiny little nut hammered it in so hard that it cracked. And I took a bunch of photos of it in close-ups, and I said, you know, even if any attempt to bend this back is going to result in it snapping off. And they come back, well, how about we give you $1 refund off of it? Well, of course I ended up getting my money after, you know, them playing games and waiting to the last minute and keep lowballing me with the, giving me a little bit more for the refund of some piece that I can absolutely not use for anything. I mean, I could set up a trampoline and throw it at the trampoline and have it ricochet off and hit me in the eye. That would be one use for it. So I ordered the other one, hoping that you know, it would be wrapped properly. Top is a big supplier. I get that one and I put it on. I actually installed this one, and it's sitting like 3 millimeters too high. So the strings don't even hit the 0 fret. So I took all these pictures and photographed it, and with macro image, like high quality, an 18 megapixel or 15 megapixel camera, close up, perfectly lit photographs, and then I photoshopped in text with little lines coming down with circles showing the areas where there were the gaps and stuff, and explained to them this is mismanufactured. The holes are drilled wrong, you know, by a lot. So they did the same thing, but worse. Top really screwed me around. And I finally, they said, oh, well, you have to send it back. So I clicked on the shipping label, and that deducted $3.08, which I never got back. So I ended up losing money on that deal, which really sucks. So there's a big, that's my review for Top. I'm never buying anything from them again, because they played a lot of games with me. They kept screwing me around, lowballing me, pretending like it was cool to give me $1 back and all this crap, and waiting, and then saying, oh, you got to send it back. And then when I clicked on print the sticker, it charged me $3.08. Which, I mean, maybe it doesn't matter to you, but this is going over the period of months. This is going on with this. Me worrying about how to put strings on this guitar that I bought. So then I finally ordered a set of Alice double ball end strings. And of course, they come late. I'm telling the guy, look, I want a refund. And he says, wait 7 days. Well, I didn't wait 7 days when he gave you the fucking money. Oops, I'm not supposed to swear, am I? So they come today. They're late, of course. And I go to put them on the guitar, and of course, they're 6.2 millimeters shy. They're short. So super double thumbs down for Alice strings. They don't fit. And if you got a pair that do fit, consider yourself lucky, because I've got 2 pairs here I'm sitting on that the guy's going to go, how about I give you $1? How does that sound? You know, and or ship them back, you know, and then I'm going to have to pay shipping. So the lesson is buyer beware. Always make sure that the person you're buying from has free returns, which is something that I have not been doing. So shame on me, it's my mistake, you know, but there's been so many other things that I've returned without a hassle, because normally the stuff that I buy on eBay from China is 99 cents. I like to buy a lot of crap, you know, and I don't like to pay a lot for that crap, because that's really what it is. I mean, I got a 6mm whammy bar for that guitar that I paid $1.79 for, and it was good. I put it in a vise, bent it, hacksawed an inch of it off, and then filed that, rounded it off, and painted it, a little red tip. And then today I've ordered another one of those, and I got a little plastic cap. Of course, that didn't fit. I knew that wouldn't fit. That was a fender, so I took, you know, drilled that all out, one drill bit by one, real carefully, and didn't crack it. Filed the end down to make it nice where it's flayed out, and then chopped the whammy down a good 1.5 inches and put that on there. So here it is. This is a 6mm black whammy bar, and yeah, I know they always do that thing. Yeah, with the chrome tip. You know, to be honest with you, I think I would have been better off getting a black tip. That probably would have looked better. Boy, my Chicago accent's really coming out when I'm upset. This is a, I don't know, 1.5 mil. It's whatever. I think it's 1.5mm is the size that is the adjuster for the set screw for the tremolo arm. And this was like maybe $2. It wasn't $3. And this is a nice little tool. Instead of, you know, like I bought a number 25 or number 1 stretch strap like what Buckethead had, but it turns out that they redesigned those straps and they don't really stretch as much. So I would have been better off getting just a regular comfort strap, because I have a back issue. I've got herniated discs and I'm in just a ton of pain. But that's why I bought that guitar. Plus, you know, it's a Steinberger. They're cool looking, you know. So anyway, you know, the guitar is flawless. It's a beautiful guitar. You know, they're made out of wood. They're not like the old Steinbergers that were made out of spaceship carbon fiber or whatever. But it's good enough for me. It weighs like 7 pounds. And on that strap, there was a spot where the leather binding is. And there's a little like a slot in there. And what I did, I painted the 1.5mm Allen wrench that came with it. I painted that orange with nail polish, some of my wife's nail polish. I put stripes on it, orange and yellow, so when I drop it at the woods, because we play outdoors, I'll see that sucker. Even in the carpet, you know, you drop an Allen wrench, it's like, it's gone. Maybe you'll step on it and get lucky. And then where that lives, I slide it into that little slot in the strap. And then there's a piece of tape to hold it in there. It folds over. I got masking tape on there, but you don't really need that. But, you know, that's just like what I've done as far as modifying that guitar. It had some, you know, Duncan Selects or Seymour design, horrible pickups in there. And so there's a guy, I think he's in New Jersey, this guy. I can look it up for you if you're really curious. I went on the forums. I looked up cheap pickups that were good on Google, and I found these guys talking in one of them forums like the Gear Page or one of those places where all those, the cover band experts, the pros, techs, and experts hang out. And they were all saying, a couple of people knew about this guy in Jersey, and he supposedly makes these pickups. I don't know if he's just ordering them, but it was like he had some $22 for a set of Super Distortion clones. He was like, these pickups came out in the late 70s and they started a trend for high gain. Well, I can tell you, they're really incredibly sounding great pickups. So then I got a pair of Invader clones and put that in the Cord 45. These Invader clones were like $15. They're just the regular standard ceramic magnet magnet Invader clones, because I had donkey design in this one too, in the Chord 45 travel guitar. I had those. So I love this guitar. It's neck through construction and plays like Satan. So yeah, as far as that Steinberger goes, I really love the guitar, and I'm making this video because I thought maybe it would help some of you Steinberger guys out there. If you picked up a Spirit, you know, you hear all the Gibsons in trouble, maybe they're gonna stop making these Steinbergers. You never know. That's why I kind of jumped on it, was because I never got an original, and now my back is hurting, and so I sold a synth. I sold another guitar, a Les Paul copy, that I was never going to fix up. It had 3 pickup. It was an old Lotus. It was a really nice guitar, but I'm not a Les Paul guy. Plus, I got one here that's like new, an Epiphone that the neck got cracked on it, and I ended up, somebody inherited to me, my old singer buddy, and then I, you know, paid somebody to fix that properly after gluing it a half a dozen times and going goofy with the glue, you know. So it lasted, the last time it lasted almost 6 months before it cracked. I had developed a system of using the strings to put front pressure, and then I had something coming around the back, a bunch of rubber bands that wrapped around the tuning pegs, and they all came down to the strap button in the back. So the front pressure of the strings would always pull the, and we were trying to glue the neck back on the headstock, and it was cracked flat. So I created that back pressure by running a bunch of rubber bands down there. And it sounds like a real Gilligan's Island type of a thing, but that was the only way I got it to stick for 6 months. And I'll tell you what, the problem was I had bad glue. My glue was like 20 years old, and I had garbage picked it when I didn't know glue goes bad. And so the person had thrown it out because their grandpa had died. It was his glue, so it was probably 60 years old when I got it, this glue. He just kept pouring water in it and shaking it like I did. So, you know, you live and learn, and I figured this video might help you Steinberger guys out, you know, a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm a goof. I'm not a pro or a tech or an expert or anything, but I got that Steinberger going nice now. It's a nice guitar. The whammy on it's real stiff. If you're thinking about getting one, you're going to have to find a supplier for strings, or there's another company that sells that piece, I think, that is not pot metal. It's like stainless or some other kind of alloy, something nice. It's not pot metal. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, but I think you can get like a real deal replacement parts, but they're not cheap. They're like $80 or, you know, a little more money for it than, you know, $6 like what I was playing. And I'll tell you what, you know, if I could have got that blank with it before they screwed it up and drilled the holes wrong in it, I could have just measured it out and drilled my own holes, and it would have been fine. Or, you know, if I would have wanted to, you know, be like sadistic about it, I could have plugged the holes that were in the in my Steinberger in the neck, could have filled those and then drilled it out to fit what this replacement thing was. But if it's janky in the first place and it's a brand new guitar, I'm not going to go filling holes and drilling stuff at the end of the neck where it's all hooking up there and this, you know, German design thing that I'm Swedish. I'm not German. So I'm goofy. I'm not smart with like fractions and small drill bits and stuff. I'm more of a auger type of guy with my Swedish genes. So yeah, hopefully maybe some of you Steinberger guys, maybe this helped out a little bit. It probably didn't. I apologize for the shirtless video and the air conditioner running. It's been a long day. I'm building paperclip motors here. I'm going goofy. I probably need to like take a nap or eat some food or lie down, maybe call the priest for an exorcism. I'm really pissed about this thing with strings though. And then my wife, I'm trying to force this thing on because it's 6.2 millimeters too short. I got her decking the whammy, which it's a really stiff whammy. I got her decking it, and I'm like on top of this thing with a screwdriver trying to pry the ball end in because it's too short. And then I get it in there. I got it in, and it was all, and when I hit it, it was The string tuner was extended all the way out with a bump of thread where it caught, because I had to get it all the way out for it to try to fit it in there, because it kept popping out. The rod was too much of an angle in all this, and when I finally did get it to pop in and pull it back a quarter of a turn without coming flying out and taking out, you know, some child's eye somewhere in another county, I hit it and it was like, I don't know, a D. It was like, it wasn't an E, it was like a high note. And then that threw the rest of it. Like I tried, there's an adjuster on there, and I tried turning that, but it was all the way distended, and then the extender ran out of play, and it was still real high. So there's no way that thing can work. The strings, they're 6.2 millimeters too short. So now I'm stuck with another, you know, nightmare. Well, it's not a nightmare, it's just kind of a hassle, you know, dealing with the eBay returns. I don't like that shit. I mean, you get what you pay for, and if you're getting everything for 99 cents, or in this case $5.99 for a set of strings that typically go for, you know, $15, $12.90, you know, $13, and then with the shipping you pay, or $20 for a nice set of strings. If you're paying that price, you might up taking one in the keister, and that's the case with the Alice brand double ball end strings. If you're going to use these on a Steinberger Spirit, they don't work. I'm not sure about the butterfly looking Steinberger. I don't even know what that's called. The Phantom, the Phenom, whatever those other Steinbergers. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a Steinberger guy. I'm, you know, Strat guy. I got a Fernandez with a Sustainiac in it that I love. You know, I can't stand playing Ibanez's. The neck is too weird for me. But I love, they're great guitars. I just wish they made one with a neck that I liked. So yeah, I'm, you know, trying the Steinberger thing out, and I'm ending up like, I'm starting to honestly regret it, because I'm cheap. I don't want to pay $12. But my wife, we're trying to force these things in here, and she's like, don't even, you know, you're gonna screw something up on this guitar here, trying to force the way I was doing it. I go, no, this can't hurt anything except for the string, honey, you know. She goes, still, how much are the strings? Well, they're like $12 a set. And then she's rolling her eyes, just order the strings, you know. So yeah, that's what I gotta do, is order me, you know. Now, how many months later, I'm gonna place another order for some strings. Hopefully they fit, you know. Or take a ride up to Guitar Center and have the kid be like, this guy's talking about a headless guitar. What is this? Wham! The 80s came back? Because that's how it is every time I go into one of those places. You know, those guys behind the counter, and they play in the you know, Creed cover band, the Guitar Center guy with the goatee and the earring. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this Steinberger. Jeez, what was I thinking? All right, I kept this going way too long. You guys take care, and again, I apologize for the tone of this, the bad Chicago accent, the shirtlessness, and the air conditioner running in the background, and the poor lighting as well. So, peace.